Hey, it's Mcscgreenwheels, Saul Castaneda. What are we doing today?
This is Saul Castaneda with Mcscgreenwheels, and today I'm at home. So what we're doing today, basically, we got our 1986 Ford Foxbody LX here, and as you guys know, we're going to be doing a barrel swap to this bad boy. So now that we've already primered the top, we primered the inside, we're taking care of the engine bay, we're going to take care of the underneath as well. We got a little bit of a sandblaster to give us a hand on some of the more tight in, that little rust that's in there in the tighter spots. Hopefully we can get to it. We'll see, we'll do the best we can. And so right now, we're going to go ahead, we just got this thing up in the air, all 4 tires are off. We're going to remove the tires, and we're just going to get as far as we can, taking off that front cross member, at least get that whole front done today. Let's do it. Tires are off. We're going to go ahead and see if we can start tearing down that front end. So we're going to remove the shocks. That's all trash. We're not going to have any use for that. So guys, remember when you're doing this, the spring, we still have a spring in here. Just be careful, let it down slowly because it's going to decompress down. We already removed our sway bar from up here because this is all getting cleaned up. So there's nothing really holding the control arms anymore but the tie rods. So I'm going to let... Yeah, it's all going to come down as one piece and we'll just drag it all together. But I just want to make sure that the spring doesn't pop on us. So we're going to do this last one real slow. I'm going to actually put this on as a little bit of a safety, just in case. So the only thing holding it, I would say, is the tie rod. So I can come down here, but the spring is pretty much off loose, so I could just jimmy it out. So you just got to be careful when you guys do that. You don't want this. I left a lot of this stuff on there as a safety, so if the spring does ever get like squirrely and wants to jump out, it'll just at least hit something here. So just be careful with that, guys. There it is. Now we can continue. We're going to remove these springs, toss this out. Like I said, we're not going to be using any of this, and we're going to take off this cross member real quick. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and disconnect the steering linkage. It's already loose. So, alright, now we'll get a pry bar and get that out. But let's go do the other side, make sure it all falls down. We're not going to be needing any of these because we're going to get brand new. We're going to either make our own or get new with these brake lines, so not worry about it. There it is. We'll probably end up just cutting it off the top. Oh, actually, I don't really need it to come off. For safety reasons, we will take it off. So now I got my 2 bolts, which are these 2 big bolts right here. Those are going to drop, and then we're going to one more right here. Actually, there's 2 more right back here. We're going to take those, and this cross member will come down. Pretty easy. There it is. Bottom ones are 15s, and these top ones, the 2 up here, are 18 mils. Now once I get these 2 off here and the ones over there, I'm going to go ahead and put my jack back here in the middle and then do each one of the top ones, as you guys can see up here. These are my 218s, and that holds your whole cross member in place. And and we'll go ahead and drop it. I already took off the bolt that retains the steering shaft, so once this starts to go, the steering shaft should follow, and without having any problems. And then, if the rain don't catch us, we'll get that master cylinder off, or the booster I should say, because we're not going to need it. This guy right here.
And why do you keep that?
So I keep this one because you guys could see, man, it's got a real nice thick plate here. The nuts ain't that bad. It isn't damaged. So the reason I keep it because the K members that we've gotten, I've seen, they come with some really cheesy Chinese-made screws. Now, I don't know why, but, you know, we've gone through the trouble of where they strip completely, the nut strips, and it's just a cheap screw that they use. So I'd rather just keep this. This is really good. It's even telling you this side up. So it's, you know, a little cleanup, little rust juice on there, and little paint, be back to normal. So these I usually keep. These are great bolts. These are 9.8 bolts. So you know they're gonna hold. I mean, they've hold this thing up there. So that's why I keep these. I don't like the stuff sometimes they send with these K members. They send some really cheap bolts. We've had issues with our AJE. And, you know, the only thing that I can imagine is that anybody else, if they're doing the same, we're going to get cheap bolts with our Maximum Motorsports one, too. Oops. And again, keeping this one, too. So, works for me. What I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen them all up and then drop the front ones, then the back ones. So it just comes down evenly, I guess. I got my jack underneath it, pressed up against the body. I don't have it all the way up because it's sitting on the jack stands. So just like there's a little bit of play here. So when it all comes down, it's going to sit on the jack stands. The bottom is going to come off. Let's get it. Get some juice in there, too big. I can get this one. Alright, I got these pretty loose. I'm going to bring down the jack and let it sit back on those jack stands. Alright, cross member shifted. Let's get it off. Now it's pretty hot out here, guys, so don't mind me sweating all over the place. Look at that. Wow, that's pretty cool. I never seen a boat come out this clean. I was recently asked if I enjoy working in the hot or in the cold. I'm melting here, and it's not the most comfortable thing to be doing. So I would just say this. It's easier to warm up than it is to cool down. Alright? I don't like working extreme weathers, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? And right now I may look like the Wicked Witch of the West. But I won't melt till I'm done. Look at that. A little bit of rust, not bad. You guys see it, it's already coming apart. So it's almost, it's about to come off. Be sure you keep everything clear, guys. This is still pretty heavy. So as you guys can tell now completely, we got everything off. All our brake lines are off. All our power steering lines are off. And the only thing attached are the sway bar bushings, power steering rack, and the hubs, along with the brakes and stuff. Electrical, but we are completely detached. So what I'm going to do, see if I can get this guy as I drop it. Down a little bit.
Left or right?
Okay. Whoops. Now we got our front cross member out. We're gonna go ahead and clean up all these, our frame rails, make sure there's no rust on there. I don't really know how much this thing weighs, so you guys could tell me how much this whole thing together weighs. I'm gonna go ahead and estimate about a 200-pounder right here, but I mean, it really just takes a lot of weight off. So, our little 4-cylinder's out, and this extra hunk of metal is out, and we're gonna go ahead and slap in our brand new Maximum Motorsport K-member on here and get that set up and ready. Next thing we're gonna see us do, we're gonna go ahead and drop that rear end. So guys, stick around. Hey, I want to thank everybody on Instagram and on Facebook, and especially everyone following us on YouTube. Thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments. Very inspiring for everyone that does follow. If you know anyone that needs help on doing anything like this, hey, direct them our way, direct them to our page. Don't forget, put a couple likes. Keep leaving us some comments, man, because if we did something wrong, I'm pretty sure you're going to point it out. Guys, don't forget to subscribe. Next 2 videos are coming right up. We'll see you next time. Bye.